public.
Alright, you're up, bro.
Back in your computer screens. It's been way too long. Welcome back. It's Beyond the Gloves and Tape, episode 13. I'm Rob on Combat. You can follow me everywhere at Rob on Combat. That's Josh Imola. You can follow him at Josh Imola. Welcome back, baby. We're here. COVID can't keep us down forever, but we're back. Man. Josh, how the hell you been, buddy? How you feeling?
Feeling good, brother. Feeling good.
Healthy? You all good?
I'm healthy.
Man,
healthy.
we got
had a
hit.
little COVID scare here in the household, but
Yeah, me too. We got hit hard. We haven't been here with y'all, and we missed y'all, but
down for 3 weeks, boys and
man,
girls.
we got lots to talk about. Francis Ngannou, he's the biggest star in MMA, and we're going to tell you why. We're going to bring back Mark Minute this week. We got a new flyweight champ of the world. Is Tyson Fury going to fight Usyk? It looked like it. Now maybe not. We're going to talk about it. But first, a word from our sponsors. Charlie Covers, the best Ontario sporting advisor in the on the market. They got to be 70% win streak for last year, and we're only going up this year. We're looking at 80. So why don't you join the team right now? Hit him on IG in his inbox. Beyond the Gloves and Tape #BTGAT for 30% off all pick packages.
The fundraisers are still going on. We got another one coming up in the near future. We have any sort of prizes you can want. If you guys want to do like a raffle out of buck and dough, we can hook you up there. If you guys want a prize for a wedding gift or anything like that, you guys can message us here at the shop and we'll hook you up with some merch. And I got exclusive news on the upcoming Beyond the Gloves and Tape merch dropping. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet.
Let's go, baby. It's dropping so.
But we know we got some beanies going on.
Right here. For sale still.
We got the banner in the background, and we got something else coming. I'm going to keep you guys tuned, but in the near future.
Quick shout out to Greek Freak Nick Porzanides. I'm sorry for that.
Congratulations, dude. We got your trophy done up here.
Look at that. Look at that.
Bam. Bam.
Goat shit. We didn't forget, man. The champ. The reigning champ. He'll be back.
That was the Modern Warfare 1v1. It was quite a little turnout. We had a bunch of guys there. Thank you guys for showing up. Who did show up?
Nick got Teledefend this year.
Yeah, we got. I think we're gonna do the Cold War one next, maybe, but we might just switch to Vanguard. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 13, Robbie on Combat, my friend.
Man,
I wasn't too pleased. A lot of people will disagree with me because
it was a boring fight, kind of.
It wasn't the best, but the co-main, wow, what a fight! I had to watch that again.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great fight. I told you, it was going decision, bro. Boy, that was a good fight. I scored it accurately too. You can check my Instagram for the actual picture, bro.
Combat.
I killed that shit, bro. He did. Let's go.
He did call that.
And
I passed out before that fight. Unfortunately,
honestly,
I had to watch it all in the morning.
And the sad thing is, like, I had Moreno on every single one of my rounds until the knockdown. The knockdowns were the key fight. That was the fight right there for me. That's what won Davison his second flyweight title.
You can't deny a guy. Like, if you're gonna get knocked down, you gotta take a point. Like, it's gotta be an 8 round. Yeah. So that's gonna swing the title.
And there's a few that I gave 10-8, but there was one or two that he was winning so handedly I couldn't do it. I had to give him a 10-9. I had to give it 10-9 for Davison, even though like I could see a 10-8. But like the work that Brandon put in, like there's a few rounds in there that he got knocked down at the end, and it was like.
But you
gotta weigh it, right?
You can even say this though: if you're gonna go and say, okay, that's a knockdown, that's still an 8 round. But then if the guy that knocked him down loses the round, it's a 9-8, definitely.
Yeah, it has to be,
go with
right?
A 9-8,
yeah. But man, that was a great fight. Yeah, Francis Ngannou versus Silgan. Let's talk about that real quick because was it the greatest fight? No. But I still think Francis is the biggest star in MMA coming out of it. He's got to be. He's definitely the most one of the hottest free agents on the market, easily. Number one. No one he's the UFC champ and he's a free agent. Not just a UFC champ, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Baddest man on the planet is a free agent. Josh, what do you think, man?
Okay, well, hot take. That looked like the Derek Lewis fight to me, and in my opinion, you can't be gun shy when you're the strongest man in the world. I'll say that handedly. If you're gonna go and say you are the strongest man in the world, I want to see it, man. I want to see guys go to sleep. This man blasted over him into space and then he doesn't fight anymore.
But Cyril Gane, for that being said, Cyril Gane looked fantastic for the first 3 rounds. On the feet, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a shutout. This is going to be 5-0. This is going to get ugly, man. He can't even get close to him. Can't touch him. And then what happens? The take. Who would have thought that Francis Ngannou is going to defend his title with takedowns? Wrestling.
And this is my other hot take on this.
Crazy.
I can't see. This is why I say people are going to be mad at me, because I can't say that it was a bad thing what he did to fight that fight. I want to see a knockout because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm 90% of fight fans that just wants to see the knockout.
Yeah.
But when you really put it into perspective, a lot of people says Francis can gas. Well, you didn't see that, and like you said, he did dominate for 3 solid rounds, and it's like, well, okay, yeah, you know what?
Well, 2.5. 2.5.
You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. He's got the tank to go 5 rounds.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't always have to knock you out because he can just take you down, grind you out, and
that was
win the
impressive,
fight.
man.
Like,
Those takedowns were impressive. It wasn't like a huge less skill, but to the fact that like that's scary that he knows how to do that now. I mean, like once he gets you around you, like no one's gonna be able to stop that.
and the flow, like you got to think about that weight. You're carrying 200 plus,
300, almost 300 pounds on your
300
chest.
pounds almost, and it's not an easy feed. Like you gotta
No.
factor in a lot of things when you do stuff like that.
It kind of reminds me of what Brock Lesnar was doing when he won the heavyweight title. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what that fight reminded me of.
100%.
He's so good. I loved it. I honestly did. I didn't love the fight per se, but I loved the performance and I loved the storyline. I mean, like what's gonna happen now? Like, come on, right? Like the drama. But I will say this: Ariel Helwani put out today that he wants to see John Jones versus Stipe if they can't come to terms with Francis. Love that fight. Love
that fight.
Love that fight.
But
that's a good fight, man.
Stipe's been through it, man. I'm sorry, but I don't think
Jones looking beefy too.
So you got to think about this. I hear a lot of people talk about ring rust, but at a stage like there's born fighters. John Jones is a born fighter. I don't think ring rust
can be.
It can,
He's had some like DC. All the DC fights were awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
smashed like his way to the heavyweight title. Those were good fights.
Oven St. Preux.
That was a boring fight.
That was, you can call it ring rust. But
Dominic Reyes.
Time,
that was a boring fight.
And those are competitive guys.
Yeah. I mean, no, like he dominated, but like it was boring.
I don't want to say this
sure.
negatively, I guess, but do you think John perhaps thought the light heavyweight division's getting too good? I gotta kind of slide back and maybe go up and see how strong I really am. I know I can beat these guys.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I can lose to these guys, but
Yeah.
I don't want to tarnish my career like that.
I see where you're coming from. I mean, like I look at the heavyweight division. I mean, Glover Teixeira is a champ right now. I mean, if I'm John Jones, I'd come back for that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like this too, right?
Jan, that's a good fight for him. I mean, he'd probably dance around Jan all night. You know, like
you got to think about this too. He makes the move. He wants to make the move to heavyweight, and he takes a little hiatus. He's trying to prolong his career because you got to think when you get to heavyweight, there's only a select few, and I mean there is literally a select few heavyweights that can do it their whole career. They've been doing it for 10 years. If you go to heavyweight, there's a fat chance you're gonna fight 5 times and you're done. Those shots blow your body to shreds. Like
John's got the advantage in my opinion though because of the footwork and head movement. Like he's always been like a master at distance control. But yeah, you're right. I mean, like going up to the heavyweight division is not just a risk. It's like you're gonna get hit. You know what I mean? And like you get hit. What if you get hit by a guy like Francis? You know, and he puts you out. What if you get hit by a guy like Rosenstruck? He puts you out. What if you get hit by a guy like Derek Lewis? What if you get hit by a guy like Volkov? Like these guys, they're not the most technical guys in the world. You're right. Like sure, John probably beats all of them handily, but like I know what you're saying, man. Like they add up. They add up for sure.
You gotta think about the like what you just said too. It's so perfect because they're not so tactical. Whereas you look at the light heavyweight and you look at the guys that he fought the last 2 times and. Opens is technical and
Jerry
is technical.
Jerry's right there too. I mean, Jerry versus John. I would love to see that fight.
Yeah.
That is like, oh my God, give me that. Cause like he's the type of guy that's gonna drag John out of a good fight out of John. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna have to kill him. You know, like he's gonna have to. because he's gonna be right there, and he's lanky too, and that's a great fight, man.
I will
That
say
is.
this. I will say this. If I'm John Jones, and what you said earlier is actually going to happen and comes to fruition.
Well, that's what
usually does.
Ariel said he
I
wanted to
know,
see. Yeah.
but it usually does. When it comes out of your mouth, something
Yeah.
magical happens. It just happens. So if it happens,
Yeah.
you got to think this too. John's Thaving at the mouth to fight Stipe, and I love Stipe. I'm a big Stipe fan.
Yeah.
But just from like an analyst point of view, you got to think that is the hands down worst fight for Stipe Miocic since Francis Ngannou came into this thing, because
I see.
John's longer. He's more technical. I think he chops down Stipe. Stipe goes to the ground game, and I think John, being a very good grappler, I think he can tap out Stipe.
No, I
he
can
might
see
not
that.
knock him out, but he might actually work Stipe and
I can see that.
tap him out.
I could see Stipe. I could see Stipe making a fight out of it, though. I mean, like.
I'm not saying he can't.
Oh no,
scrap, but
no! I'm saying like Stipe. The thing about him is like, John doesn't have that overing power at heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna come. He's not gonna be the guy that is gonna come and hit like a truck, and you got like he put you out. Like we will put you out, but like he doesn't have to work. Like he's been. What I'm saying is Stipe has been in there in the fire now. So like, there's a good chance Stipe just walks him down and like takes one to eat one and makes it a brawl, and like. He could do that, you know.
This is where I'm gonna kind of flip the script on it here. John's never had that shot. Number one.
Gustafsson won.
Yeah, he never been knocked.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying he'll knock him out, but I'm saying like
You got to think about this.
you could drag him out.
Stipe's been knocked twice by two different guys now, and your mind's gotta wonder, shit.
Yeah. You're
this
right.
Third one. This might be the third one.
Yeah, you're right. You're
and
right.
then that's in the back of your mind playing, and John might just tap your chin, and your mind already says, "Okay, that's my cue. Go to sleep now."
Yeah, you're right.
It's wow, weird. Fighting's weird, man.
Fighting
is really weird.
My thing with that though is, like, if Stipe's not worried about losing this fight and he just wants to make a shit ton of money and brawl, that could be a really interesting 5 minutes of fighting.
It could.
You know what I mean? Like that could be a really fun fight if he walks him down. And he could take some of these shots and give some of these shots, and we'll see how John takes a real heavyweight fighter. That let's go. Like I'm ready. Like I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
Stay in the heavyweight division then. How about we look ahead to UFC 271? We'll get to the main event in a minute.
Okay.
Let's go to the co-main because that's a title shot. Contender right there. You got Tua Tavas, who's won his last 4, I think.
Yeah.
And then Derek Lewis.
See, it'd be tough for me to give it to Derek now though, because he lost to Cyril, and he lost another one too. But yeah,
Do you think
maybe. Yeah,
Derek
maybe.
Lewis wins though? So this is my question: if Tua wins,
that's a fun fight.
do you give him a title shot?
Do I give Tua a title shot if he beats Derek Lewis?
Yes. You gave Gain a title shot after he beat Lewis.
Yeah, but
Remember that.
yeah, but you also got to remember.
The UFC.
But you also got to remember that Gain and Ngannou have a history, and Gain was like are going up. Like he's faced a lot of tougher guys. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, so here, let me put this in perspective.
This is the toughest fight for two of us right now. I love it.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
if you're UFC. In my eyes, okay, our storyline was.
It also depends how he walks. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
It also depends how he beats Derek Lewis too. It's saying he does. Like
If he
you know what I
walks him off like he's been doing.
Oh yeah.
So here, let's
First
put
round
this in,
KO, fucking easy peasy lemon squeezy. Then yeah, you got to.
Put this into perspective, right? You have Gain and Ngannou that were old teammates. Great storyline.
Yeah, it made sense. Yeah, I loved it.
The shoe salesman that's been drinking beers out of shoes
Yeah.
versus Ngannou. I fucking love that.
That's a fun fight. A fun fight.
I've been a fan of Tua. Joe Rogan's a huge fan. He's doing shoeies in the fucking
my
crowd
thing
with
about
him,
my thing about two of us is he's a little small for heavyweight though. Like he's got the
he is, but he can take a punch. Like he's been hit fucking.
Yeah, you're right.
He's been in some banging heavyweight fights.
I almost want to see him drop though. Like, could you imagine like Tuivasa versus like Dominic Reyes?
I would have to go back to my John Jones description, and I would have to say, I think Dominic Reyes would out technical.
Maybe he's lost 3 in a row though, and he's been knocked out against Yuri last time, and Jan knocked him out too. That's 2 out of 3 fights that he's been knocked out, and he's lost 3 in a row.
Do you think he holds power if he goes down? You got to remember that too. You go down, you lose power.
Yeah.
Some people, that's.
But he'd be a
big light heavyweight,
and I think that'd be to his advantage.
It is very true. Like,
Oh, buddy. But yeah, you know what? He's making some noise at heavyweight too, and see, just the matchup with Francis, I don't like that for him at all. I don't, and I know he's got a wicked chin, but like look at the size difference. Just in your head, you don't have to look at the picture. Just in your head, picture Tuivasa, and then picture Francis. Like you know what I mean? Like he's huge, dude. Like Tuivasa is a fun fighter, and right now he's kind of being pushed, but I don't know, man. I don't like his shot against. I don't like his chance against Francis. I'll say that, or Cyril, or any of those big guys.
Yeah.
You know, Cyril's a big motherfucker too.
yeah,
Did you
he
see?
is.
Like he looked pretty big on Saturday night, man. I was like, holy crap! like,
Not small people, man.
these aren't small guys, and I think Cyril could probably not put two of us. So I will say that. You know, like these are. He's getting into the nitty gritty, isn't he? I mean, like after beating Greg Hardy.
Yeah.
Like that's a big jump, man. Greg Hardy to Derek Lewis. What happens if you beat Derek Lewis?
Yeah.
now,
Sky's the limit because Derek Lewis is huge. Like
well,
the
yeah,
Black Mamba.
but now you're getting into some like can I hang with these big boys territory? And now you're facing like the Volkovs of the world and the Cyril Gaines and the Francises and the John Joneses. And I'm like, oh boy,
Yeah, you see what I mean?
that's
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see if he can hang with the big boys.
if you can, then good on him.
Yeah.
But
100%.
I'm looking at like size matters, bro.
Oh, fuck
Especially
yeah.
at heavyweight. I mean, you got look at John Jones. There's a reason he didn't just go up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he took his time.
And now he's looking beefy.
Yeah.
Like I look at him, he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
You know, there's no second guy. He's a heavyweight. He looks like he could play football with Chandler Jones. You know, like
he's tackle worthy.
yeah. No, I like that fight. I like that fight a lot. Tuivasa though, I still think he should go to light heavyweight, man. 205. Can you imagine him? And he beefs up to like what 230 at fight night. Ooh.
Yeah.
He could put a lot of people. Jan versus Tuivasa. I got Tuivasa, bro. Like he probably knock him silly.
It's just it'd be a wonder of how his training would be if he actually would be able to show up full power on fight night, or is he going to be depleted? You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Well, let's shed some weight here. Go down to 170 quick. So, Uncle Chael doesn't like this fight. Let's talk about it. Why doesn't Chael sounding like
Adesanya Whitaker?
No, not sounding Whitaker. Colby and Masvidal. Why isn't it
Oh, we're going way ahead.
Masvidal?
We're going way
Jorge
we're going
Masvidal.
March, eh?
Well, no, it's just in the news because Chael recently came out and said he didn't like that. I like it. I think Colby runs right through him. But I like the storyline. I like the lead up. I like everything about the fight. It's gonna sell a lot of pay-per-views. So
I
why
think Colby runs through him, though.
the cardio, the wrestling? I mean, you look what Damian Maya did to him. You know what I mean? Like George has been shown. Like if he gets taken down, it's good. It could be game over against a high level. I mean, George is good on his own right on his back, but not against a guy like Colby, not against a guy like Damian.
You think he could bait him at a press conference? And by bait him, I mean like
Get into his no, I don't think so.
pull to a stand up, not get into his head and win the fight. I mean, pull Colby to stand up with him. And I think Colby could knock him out still.
I don't
I
think.
hate Colby
yeah,
Covington, but I still think he can knock.
I don't-
Masvidal out.
See, I don't think so.
You
But-
think Colby's too smart?
Yeah, I think Colby's way too smart for that. I think if this fight is on the ground, I mean, if this fight stays on the field, I think it's gonna look a lot like Usman Masvidal won.
Okay.
You know, put him against the fence, kind of do what he did to Damian
I
Maya.
think the heel wins.
Oh yeah, I do. I don't see a scenario that George wins. I mean, like this isn't Ben Askren. Like he's not stupid. He's got a chin. He can put the pressure on you all night long. I mean, you're not gonna hit the one shot like Ben Askren. And let's be real. If Ben would have got that takedown, what do you think would have happened for 3 rounds? I'm just saying. I love George, but like I'm a realist too, man. And I look at the picture and I'm just like, Colby's gonna win this fight, and he's probably gonna fight Kamaru by the end of the year, I would think, or Hamzat. But see, the thing about Hamzat is like, I don't know. He's not even ranked yet. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
so like, I don't know. If he fights Colby, I think that's career suicide, especially right now. You know, get your feet wet a little bit. I like the fight against Leon Edwards. That would have been fun. Leon, I don't see him.
I don't see Leon doing anything big though.
Yeah, Leon's not going to beat Kamaru Usman, but hey, finally got the title shot. Congratulations, Leon Edwards, man. Finally got the title shot. I think Kamaru runs. I think Kamaru is the GOAT right now, honestly. I don't see a person at 170 that beats Kamaru Usman. And I'll
As
go.
long as he doesn't slip.
Oh yeah, no. He like we're talking like in a perfect world, like UFC, like on the video game, like he's got to show up every night in shape. If he,
As long as he shows up, he's gonna.
yeah, no, I don't see anyone at 170 beating him, and I'll go one step further. I don't see anyone at really 180 beating him. I mean, maybe.
185, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
You got a couple sharks up there. Let's
Yeah,
be honest with you.
yeah. The weight might get him with like a Marvin or like a Costa, but like I love the Izzy fight. I think he beats the shit out of Israel
I
Adesanya.
love what you just said there because that kind of intrigues me to show you into like a triangle because I think Whitaker. I agree with you. I think
Styles
Whitaker,
make fights. It's not, you know what I mean? Like,
I think Whitaker does a good job against Usman and wins.
Yeah.
I think Usman would beat it. I agree
Yeah.
completely with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
statement. Like that's in a crazy world. If that could happen, like how does that make? Like if we're talking, like, how does that even make sense? It's like the Izzy and Whitaker situation.
well, yeah, because the thing is, like, Izzy is a good against like guys like Marvin because he doesn't have the fight IQ as a guy like Usman. And that's kind of what what breaks this whole thing up is the fight IQ because it's just out of this world. I don't see Kamaru being there to be hit. I think Kamaru gets the double leg, puts him on his back, and it looks like what Jan did. And I don't see Izzy getting up. He's just too skinny. However, I don't see him doing that to Costa. I mean, I don't see him doing that to Marvin. Marvin's a beefy guy too. I don't see it like he'd probably have trouble with Whitaker. There's a lot of tough matchups in the division for him, but just right now, the champion happens to be a perfect matchup for Kamaru Usman. And like his division isn't looking so promising right now. It looks like he's just about to clear it out and start lapping these fools. So like,
Well, okay,
there's a fight.
in an upside down world. I'm sorry, Robert Whitaker, if you ever watched this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Can you imagine Rob Whitaker watching this? That'd be awesome.
If in an upside down world, Izzy loses this fight in dramatic fashion, and we get a third Izzy Whitaker,
That's fun. I'm good with that. Yeah.
and we can kind of get some juice back into the middleweight division. There's a few names that I want to throw out there because
Give it to me.
these guys all came out of your mouth, a couple of them, and I think fucking hell, if Whitaker can pull it off on a good night, maybe these guys can too. Vettori
Against Izzy?
against Whitaker,
Against Whitaker?
because you got to think, like that's the upside down world.
Yeah.
If
So-
Whitaker wins the next two, for example, and resets this whole
And
division,
he's the champ again.
yeah,
So Marvin versus Whitaker. That's a good fight because I don't think like Whitaker presents the problems that Izzy does, and I think that's a different style, right? I like Rob though. I think Robert's wrestling's probably better. I think his jiu-jitsu's probably better. I think his striking's probably it is better. It is better. His striking's way better.
Okay, so let's put it into a normal perspective. If Robert wins the second fight
Yeah.
and Izzy wins the third fight, but we see something in Izzy in the second fight that we've never seen, and he shows that chance to go out cold. What about Marvin Izzy after we've seen Izzy on a little bit of a rock in a normal kind of world?
It's
that
hard to
happens?
get behind that though because Izzy's being twice, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's like that'd be tough to sell. I mean, especially with Marvin. I mean, he just got an underperforming win against Costa. I thought he deserved the win,
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
that was still.
Oh yeah,
it
was a great fight. Great fight.
I'd rather watch that 100 times than watch
But
the main event again.
But if you're like aiming to get a third title shot against a guy that beat you twice, maybe not the best performance for you. You know what I mean? Maybe you didn't go home thinking like, oh, I'm next in line. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way he did. There's no way he got.
Half his losses have come to the same guy, but
No, you're right.
you
No,
gotta
you're
think about
right.
that too. So
But it's just like he doesn't got the star power either, though. Like people aren't lining up to see Marvin fight. And I'm not. That's not a slot to Marvin. I love Marvin. I think he's a great fighter. He just beat the number 2 guy in the world. We should give him some respect.
100%.
However, like the casual mom and pops, like the guys that are like clamoring for the next Conor fight, like they don't want to see Marvin fight. Like he's not gonna sell a whole lot of pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Like that was all Izzy.
Yeah.
So
100%.
it's like, I don't know. I don't see him fighting again for the title like anytime soon.
Okay. Now, what about Jared Cannonier?
That's another one because he had some momentum too, and then he lost. Yeah, I think he's probably like 2-3 fights away before we can even talk about it. I think it's too deep right now.
Third.
We got who else we got?
Jack Remains.
Who did he just lost to, didn't he?
Pretty sure he's lost one of his last 5.
Oh, he had a big win a while ago.
Yeah, he's only lost to Marvin in the last 5 fights.
All right, well, I'd like to see him run back with Marvin. Then we'll talk about that. But yeah, that's a good matchup for
By
either.
decision, too.
Yeah, either the champ or Whitaker. That's a good matchup. He presents a really tough ground game.
Yeah.
And he's a durable striker.
We'll switch from UFC to heavyweight boxing really quick, and then we're going to get into Mark's Minute.
All this Usyk and Tyson talk, we got to talk about it quick.
What about the new news that's come out of Tyson fighting?
Well, let's run back. Let's run it back quick. So it was originally supposed to be Joshua and Usyk running it back. Then Bob Abrams said that, hey, we got talks. We're talking right now. We got $12 million on the table for Joshua to say, oh, yeah, I'm good. I'll fight the winner. So then it comes out multiple people reported this. This isn't coming out of just like Sky. Like the BBC reported this, like Sports Center report, ESPN. Like everybody was on this saying that Joshua's stepping aside. Like he's likely to step aside. And he's gonna do that, and it's gonna be Tyson Fury. But now today, was it today or yesterday? Well, within the last 24 hours, it's looking like it's gonna be Joshua again. Like what the hell is going on? Like
I've actually seen some other stuff too going down. So I don't think there's a real clear air. So I seen a picture of him fighting Dylan White. Tyson Fury fight Dylan White, and there's just
that's supposed to be happening.
So, and that
because he's the mandatory.
Yeah. So he has to fight Dylan White.
Yeah. Or he has to make an arrangement with Dylan White to step aside. He can't just like fight Usyk without working that out with Dylan White. It's like is that who reported that?
This is on Tyson's Instagram. That's Fury's Instagram.
Yep. Okay. Well, then there you go. There you go.
And that was posted 24 hours ago.
So yeah, that's it then.
Dylan White gets the Fury.
You know what that tells me is they couldn't come to an agreement. I'll tell you what though. If he beats Joshua again, they're gonna come to an agreement. It'll be more like 50-50. He holds all the belts. He beat Joshua twice. He's undefeated. I mean, like, what? What are we talking about here?
Tyson's still undefeated.
No, he is, but he has one belt.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's who's got to fight. You got to fight.
Yeah, like,
you got to fight the other undefeated.
Tyson's probably the best, and he's probably gonna sell the most pay-per-views. But if I'm like Usyk's manager, I'm like, there's no way we're taking anything under 50%.
Oh,
especially if we beat Joshua twice, we're undefeated. We won the cruiserweight title, unified there. Unified at cruiserweight, and then we come up, beat Joshua twice. Now we got 4 belts, and we're waiting for one more. Like, come on, that's 50-50. Like, it's gotta be like. I get where they're coming from, and like that's totally Tyson Fury. That's totally Bob Abrams' style. It's to just kind of like undercut him and make as much money as we can. But no. I've been screaming this for a long time. Usyk's the man. Okay? Usyk's not to be slept on. I'm telling you right now.
100%. Like, it's just what it is, right? But so if we get into a situation, say, comes down the line, you get Usyk beats Joshua, Tyson beats.
He's gonna beat White. He's gone. Like. Do you
even get to say Wilder's name anymore, or is that out of the water?
No, because I'll tell you, because Wilder knocked him down twice, dude. Like he's still relevant, bro. I don't see any other heavyweight beating Wilder. I want to see Wilder's fight come back. I don't want to see him walk away, bro. After seeing him fight Tyson again, bro, you got dynamite, bro. Let's give it another shot. Let's go against Andy Ruiz. Let's work our way up. Maybe what I mean.
That fight would be amazing.
That's a fun fight.
Wilder Ortiz.
I think he puts him to sleep. Andy Ruiz, he just doesn't got the chin. He already beat Ortiz.
Yeah. I said Ortiz. I mean Ruiz.
Yeah, no. No, Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder is a fun fight.
Yeah.
But I see Wilder putting his lights out round 1 to 3.
Andy?
Oh yeah. I'll tell you why. Andy's too slow.
Oh my
And
God.
Deontay.
I got a hot take on that. I think that's the other way around.
No way, Joshua ain't no Deontay, bro. Like he don't hit like. Come on, bro. You hit. If Andy gets hit one time with that right hand,
And then, yeah.
over. Game
All
over.
right. Okay.
Look at Chisora.
We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back to boxing. We love talking about boxing. We'll have to do a special episode.
Let's go back
Marky Minute.
Okay, quick. We're gonna talk about the Royal Rumble. We're gonna talk about AEW quick. We got like 9 minutes, so let's make this really quick. AEW. Cody Rhodes, not loving it, bud. Not loving it. Just go heel. Why are we doing this? Like I'm seeing a lot of bullshit. Like he's coming out with contract disputes. He's coming out with, I haven't even signed a contract yet. He hasn't. He's doing this reality show. I mean, bro, it's time to just bite the bullet, man. No one's cheering for you. You're not getting the pops you used to. Bite it. We're kind of running out of time, so that's all I gotta say about AEW for right now. But like, I really can't wait to see what happens with Hangman Page, because he's got some heat with Sean Spears. That'll be a good match. I think Hangman gets past him, but then I think we're gonna see Punk and Hangman Page. March, book it. March, April. We'll see. That's my prediction. I think that's the program we're gonna move it towards for the belt. Anyway, Royal Rumble's coming up. My favorite time of the year. This is my favorite pay-per-view, Josh, because like there's always some fun comebacks. You know.
I've seen a few guys come back in the Royal Rumble.
And this year in particular is gonna be really fun because Roman's not winning it this year because he's got a belt. And Brock's not going to win it this year because he's got a belt. Drew McIntyre is not going to win it. Well, he could, but I don't see him winning it because he's got like no momentum behind him. So like this feels like it's going to be a good Rumble, right? Like last 3 Rumbles in a row, I predicted it 3 weeks before the Rumble started. This Rumble, I have no fucking clue. Who do you got?
I'm going to go off script. I'm going to go, maybe they change the script of the Royal Rumble a little bit, and maybe you get a title winner winning one.
You see, I can see it.
You get a title winner
Roman
winning.
coming back, and because Roman's like the guy right now, bro. Like, can you imagine? Yeah, dude, that's fun. Or like the other way around.
Champion.
Brock wins, challenges Roman.
Yeah.
Either way, I
Two-way
think
champion.
Roman's
got
got
ever in WWE.
Either way, Roman's going over at WrestleMania. Whoa, Roman losing in big time matches? No. Whoa. This is John Cena treatment out here, bro. Like, this is the new guy. You're not lose for another at least 5 years. No. All jokes aside, though, like Roman ain't losing for a while. Vince got his muscly man. Okay, so who do I got winning the Royal Rumble? I haven't really. So AJ's gonna be in it, but he got no heat right now. Big E probably gonna be in it. He ain't got no heat right now.
And we won't know. There's no Royal Rumble roster. You don't think there's going to be a leak,
No. Johnny Knoxville's in it. You imagine they give it to Johnny Knoxville to promote Jackass?
No, they won't let him win that.
He's in it, but yeah.
Oh, he's going through a table.
Yeah,
They're going to send him straight up and over.
The pop or the bump that he's gonna take is gonna. I can't.
He's gonna go through a table or a ladder. Dude, I've already pictured it. He's going through something.
I can see like a Baron Corbin coming in and just like eliminating him and like throwing him off the stage or something. You know what I mean? Like a big bump's coming his way for sure. But Royal Rumble, I have no clue. Honestly, I don't know. It's gonna be fun. I think I'm just gonna completely guess here. I haven't really been watching the product. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a couple weeks. I think Bobby Lashley loses to Lesnar and makes it and wins it all. We'll see Lesnar rematch. That's what I hope, because I think it's kind of stupid having this now. Like, why are we've been all of us marks and fans and whatever you want to call yourself when you like into wrestling. You've been waiting for Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. You wanted that. He was making his run in TNA and Bellator and winning belts and MMA, and you're like, man, that'd be fun, right? Like, that'd be a fun fight. Like
2 ex-wrestlers.
Yeah. Like, not even a fight. Like, that'd be a fun program. Like, whether you're gonna fight in real life or you're gonna shoot fight like on screen, like whatever. Like, Like, I'm with it. Like, why hasn't WWE done this before? Why didn't WWE do this when they were in 2006 when they had Lesnar and Lashley on the roster? Like, there's a lot of questions. I don't understand. I don't get why we're getting this now at and not WrestleMania. But I'm happy. Finally, it's gonna be a great match, great program so far from what I've seen on YouTube and stuff. Like, I have been keeping up with that program. Like, MVP is always great. Paul Heyman is always awesome. Like, and Lesnar's been talking a lot more. I like this character with the cowboy hat and the flannel. Like, yeah, I like it. Yeah, no, it is. I'm with it. So
what was his name? Oh, Stable.
What? Oh, Sable.
Who's the guy?
Fuck.
Started with a T.
Test.
Test. That's
Yeah,
it.
Test. This is Test.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Test.
But
This is Test. This is the best theme song ever, man.
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up. Thanks, guys. Love you. Episode 13 in the books. First episode of the year. Glad you could join us. We'll see you on the 11th.
Yeah. Maybe do a shoot next week if you're down.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
See if you can get a ride into town. If not,
cool.
Figure something out.
Yeah, we'll do a shoot or something.
All right.
Let's go.
Talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Be on the lookout for merch.